So today, Mortal Kombat's final mode has finally been shown. It seemed like they flew a bunch of people out and they got a chance to play the new invasion mode, and they also got to play 15 minutes of the story. Not going to cover 15 minutes of the first 15 minutes of the story because I didn't watch that because I don't want to be personally spoiled. But I want to talk about invasion mode because this is a brand new mode at Mortal Kombat. And when I initially read the description of this, I was I wasn't too excited about it. And I wouldn't say I'm still like super excited about it, but from what I've seen, it seems pretty okay. So essentially what invasions mode is, obviously I don't have footage, so I have the IGN footage. It's like kind of like a board. It's not like a board game, but it's in style of a board game, right? So you're like this little piece and you're going all across these like different maps, and you like essentially what they did is they took the challenge tower for MK9. If you remember the challenge tower for MK9, they took that and made it less linear. It made it into a board game. That's essentially what this is they took the MK9 challenge tower and they made it into a board game. Now, a couple of things confirmed in this, right? Now we know that gear pieces are technically in the game, right? You can adjust character gear. I was under the firm belief that this was done, but apparently you can change gear in this game. You can change characters' costumes. I figured you'd be able to change colors, like that's kind of a given. But you can change colors, you can change mask pieces. So there's aspects of characters in this game that you can change. And you get it all through this mode. So yeah, this is just like some mode that you go through, and apparently it's in seasons. So in my brain, the way this is gonna work is that every season is gonna be a different map that has different things, right? So I think maybe the first season will be like Johnny Cage's map or whatever, I don't know. And then next season will be a different map, and then next season, every season will have a different map that has different stuff tied to it. It also has RPG elements where you can level your character up. You notice in the top left corner it says Lee May is level 1. So there's RPG elements to this also where you're leveling your character up. So it seems like NRS took MK9's challenge tower, took aspects of the living towers from MK11, mushed it together and kind of made this board game. And I think it's pretty neat how they did that. So I think the concept behind this is pretty interesting. Like I said, it's similar to how you remember the challenge tower. You're fighting these characters, there's different challenges attached to it. What I like about this is there's a bunch of like Easter egg stuff. Like if you're an MK fan, there's even Injustice stuff in here too. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in this, seemingly, where like if you're an MK or if you're an NRS fan, you'll appreciate, even if not just NRS, like if you're like old school Mortal Kombat, like Midway, like if you're an MK or Injustice fan, there's probably gonna be a lot of Easter eggs that's gonna get you a little laugh, and you're like, oh yeah, like, so stuff like that. It seems very, it seems like it's catered towards like yeah, we know you're a fan of this. Here's some things that if you're truly a fan, you'll like be able to point out stuff like that. So yeah, I do like the concept, but it isn't without worry for me. So here's my concerns with this mode, right? Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything is beautiful and fine. Because while I do enjoy the concept, and I think the concept of this mode is fantastic. Here's my concerns. I have two concerns, and I expressed this on Twitter. One, how grindy is this, right? Because I expressed before, I had a big problem with Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 because it was super duper grindy to get stuff that you wanted. To this day, I still don't even have all the brutalities for MK11. I don't have all the costumes. I definitely don't have all the gear pieces. Like, I'm missing so much from MK11, and that game came out like forever ago, right? Same thing with Injustice 2. Injustice 2 came out forever ago, and there's still stuff I don't have in that game. And while that seems great, you're like, okay, well, that's good. Like, it took you a while. Like, you shouldn't have everything, right? Here's the thing. Here's why I have an issue with how grindy NRS games are. It would be different if I knew what I was grinding for, right? Let's say, for example, let's use Gears, for example. I'm like, I really want this specific Gears brutality. I know I want this one. So if I really want that in NRS games, there's no way for me to decide or pick that I want to receive that one, right? I have to grind and hope that I get it. It's a random thing, right? You never can like decide what you want. It's always randomly given to you. So you might get like a brutality or costume for a character you don't even play. They're like, I've been grinding this for like 8 hours and I don't even have anything for the character that I play. So that's kind of been my problem with like NRS games lately, is the grind doesn't equal the reward for me personally, because I can't pick what I actually want. So that's my concern coming into this mode, is that it's going to be the same in that situation where like, okay, I'm going through this mode, I'm playing it, I'm unlocking all these brutalities, I'm unlocking all these costumes. It's for characters I don't even play. Like, I'm not getting any reptile things. Like, I'm getting stuff for, I don't know, I'm getting stuff for Liu Kang. Like, and yeah, I don't know. That's just the grinding aspect of NRS games that I'm not a fan of, where it's like, I don't know what I'm grinding for. I'm just grinding. Like, I'm honestly grinding without knowing what I'm getting. So to some people that might be great, but for me personally, I would like to grind towards something that I know I want, and just not like spending 10 hours grinding for brutalities that I'm never going to use. So that's my biggest concern with this mode, is it still random drops when I complete something? Like, I get random things. Is there a way to assure that I'm getting something specifically for my character? And I was watching Max's video, and he slightly touched on this, where he said he was playing with Kung Lao, but he was getting Sub-Zero stuff. So that's my concern with this mode, is it's probably going to be grindy anyway, but I would like games to be grindy, but also know that, yes, I'm grinding for this. This is a grindy game, and that's okay, but I'm grinding towards something that I want. So that's my concern for this mode so far. But other than that, I think the actual mode is cool. It's good to see these costumes on some of these characters. I think that was Kung Lao. That costume was not. I do not like this Kung Lao costume. He's like red, but some of these costumes are really cool. I think I saw like a blue Melina or something like that. And it's not just fights. They talk about like it's different stuff other than fights. Test Your Might will be in here, right? Then you got like stuff like this where you got to jump over. Like, it's a really cool mode, right? I think they just took all the elements of stuff they have done before and kind of expanded on it. It just made it cooler. Like, this is like, you don't have the crypt, but you'll get stuff from the crypt in here. So yeah, then like, I think these are like the talismans, which I want to say this is already in MK11, right? I think they're called something else. I think they're called augments or something like that. Maybe they are called talismans in MK11. I really don't remember. And this just kind of, if you play MK11, you know what these are. If you're playing like the Living Towers, you can attach stuff that'll help you. So yeah, as you can see here in this IGN video, just trying to break all this down for y'all, man. You know, I gotta be the one for the people. You got stats here. You see, this is your loadout. You got your stats. Kung Lao obviously is your fighter. You got your Cameo Frost, talismans, and relics. I don't know what the hell a relic is. Get skins. Tanya has this skin, Signal of Fire. I actually really like this Tanya skin. And yeah, so it seems like there's also different maps. I know I was just talking about Johnny Cage, but this seems like there's an additional map. So I don't know how many maps are going to be in. Maybe it'll be 1 or 2 maps per season. I don't know. I haven't played the shit, but it's seeming like every season we're going to get like new maps. So yeah, Invasions mode seems cool. If you want to look at the story stuff, you can. I'm not trying to spoil nobody with nothing. There is a Kung Lao fatality at the end of this. So I did see this fatality, so I'm not going to act like I didn't see it. So let me see if I can show y'all this. How do I get this? I'm such an old man. I don't know how to get this to go away. Oh, I don't know how to get it to go away. But that's his fatality if you want to see it. But yeah, Cyrax also has his bomb fatality where he just blows up the earth. I saw people talking about like, oh, that's Smoke's fatality. Cyrax gets that fatality later. Does Cyrax have that? I don't know. But that bomb fatality is also Cyrax's. And it makes more sense for Cyrax to have that over Smoke. I originally know it from Smoke having it in UMK3. But it makes more sense. I'm pretty sure Cyrax has it too, and Cyrax keeps having it. I think he has it in like the 3 games. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But I know it makes more sense for Cyrax to have that. But that's what we have for the invasion mode. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Are you excited to play through it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like it? Would you have preferred the crypt? I don't know. All I can say is I think it's a cool concept. I'm excited to try it out. My only concern is the grind. Hopefully it's not super grindy. If it is, I can pick the stuff I want to grind towards. So as always, motherfuckers, pass class, don't eat ass. I'm out this bitch.